Night Russell Talk video. Man, y'all already know, man. We got to talk about Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega did it. She did it. So, first person hop on, man. I'm going to go ahead and get right to it. I know everybody can't be asleep at this time. All right, whoever that is watching the chat, man, hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'm about to go ahead and start. And comment below so I know who you are. All right, somebody hit the like button. Whoever that is, comment below so I know who you are. All right, let me go ahead and start anyway, man. I want to talk about Zelina Vega finally getting the job done by winning the Women's United States Championship. Well, all right, man. To let it be known, Zelina Vega is one of my favorite female wrestlers. She's very underrated in every which way. And tonight, this was a well-deserved title run for her. I'm very happy for her. But take nothing away from Chelsea Green. Hats off to her for being a great United States champion. I hope now what they can do, they can change her character a little bit. You know, they make her more edgy. They make they make Chelsea Green more edgy. She got that annoying character. They need to make her character more edgy. What's going on, Ellie? How you living? Welcome to the late night Russell Talk chat. So yeah, man. But like I said, I'm very happy for Zelina Vega, man. She finally got the job done, and I can't wait to see her defend that title. You know, Zelina Vega is very underrated. And I knew tonight she was going to get the job done. I knew Zelina Vega was going to win that Women's United States Championship after WrestleMania 41. I knew that she was going to do it. She could have actually done it before then, and not just that. Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green at WrestleMania 41 would have been a great match. That would have been trending. They could have booked that at, like I said, man, WrestleMania 41 was a terrible show. WrestleMania 41 was a terrible show. They did not book Triple H, he did not book it properly. He did not book it properly. If I would have booked it, man, WrestleMania 41 would have been a 10 out of 10. I would have had some solid matches on that card. Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World title. Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair for the Women's World title. Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green for the Women's World title. It would have been a lot of great matches. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World title. Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca for the Women's World title, and Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega for the Women's World title. Those would have been some great matches up right there. Those are three great matches. Yeah, instead of Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair, although it delivered, but Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair would have been a much better choice. Because you talk about the title versus the streak. And Tiffany Stratton, I would have booked Tiffany Stratton to break Bianca Belair's streak, and she retains her title at WrestleMania. So WrestleMania 41, man, was not a great. Was it was not a. It, they didn't book no solid matches up there. Zelina Vega versus Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green definitely should have been up there. That match would have cooked. It would have cooked. But the right call was made. I'm very happy Zelina Vega won, man. I'm a huge fan of Zelina Vega, whatnot. Hopefully, I get her to follow me back on X or Instagram, whatnot. And I'm all for her title run. This was a well-deserved victory tonight. The right call was made. The right person won that title. Nobody deserved that United States Championship more than Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega has been put in a lot of hard work ever since she's been there. Zelina Vega has been putting in a lot of hard work ever since she debuted on the main roster. And those are nothing but pure legitimate facts about Zelina Vega. This woman is a tremendous hard worker. Zelina Vega has been busting her ass for a long time. And that's nothing but the truth. So tonight she finally gets it done. Tonight they finally go ahead and they stop procrastinating and went on ahead and put the title on Zelina Vega. So she's definitely going to kill it as a Dawn saying Women's United States Champ. She's going to kill it, and I can't wait to see her defend that title. Now, who may she drop it to? That I don't know. But I'm not worrying about her dropping that title right now. I want to see her defend it. I want to see her successfully defend it and retain every time. Because I'm a huge fan of Zelina Vega. I'm a huge fan of Zelina Vega. So hopefully, man, like I said, Zelina Vega gets. Hey, y'all, excuse this room. I'm in my niece's room. I'm in my niece's room, so don't worry about it. I know y'all probably see the Lulu poster behind me. No, I'm in my niece's room doing a live video, man. Shit. I'm bored, man. I ain't had nothing to do, so I said, fuck it. I'll do some late night Russell talk up here. So like I said, excuse the room. Excuse the room. I'm in my niece's room. I was just so anxious to talk about Zelina Vega winning the Women's United States Championship. Rightfully deserved. So can't wait to see Zelina, because Zelina Vega was a great women's tag team champion. Remember when Zelina Vega won her first piece of championship tag team gold, right along with Carmella in 2021. That was 4 years ago. Zelina Vega hasn't held no title since then. Here we are. Here I am watching her win her first singles championship. Well deserved, man. Zelina Vega fits like a glove with a mid-card championship. Don't get me wrong. She definitely would kill it as a women's world champion. She definitely could win the big one and win the women's world title. She definitely could do it. She has the in-ring ability and character to be a main eventer for sure. She has the ability and character to be a main eventer for sure. No doubt about it. Like I said, Zelina Vega is one of the most underrated wrestlers in the WWE women's division by far. Zelina Vega, when she came to WWE, she grew on me just like that. She grew on me fast. Because she's very dedicated. She's very dedicated to the wrestler's business. She takes it seriously. She takes her in-ring, she takes her work very serious. She takes her in-ring work very serious, and she's a great worker. She's a great worker. Zelina Vega, she goes out there and she kills it every time she wrestles. I wouldn't have mind her being the person to the throne, Rhea Ripley, for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania 38. I wouldn't have mind that at all. I wouldn't have. Hey, for the people that's watching my video, man, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel, y'all. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Right now, I'm at 232 subscribers. Subscribe to my channel, man. Help me grow. Help me grow. This is why I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't do this. I don't do live video talking about wrestling because of likes, you know what I'm saying, and views and stuff like that. I do this because I love it. I do this because I love wrestling. I love talking about it. Still collect the wrestling men. You know, I still collect other action figures too, like Ninja Turtles, superheroes, G.I. Joe action figures, all kinds of toys. I just got a big place in my heart for toys. You call me a big kid if you want to, man, but oh well, man, it is what it is. I got a big place in my heart for toys. So being that I'm too old to play with them now, I just collect them. And hell, if I buy them, sometimes I just take them out the pack just because. But I love wrestling, love collecting action figures, and I love old school video games like Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and regular Nintendo. So I'm an old school guy. You know, all my favorite male wrestlers are legends. I don't have no new current favorite male wrestlers. Don't get me wrong. I got some new current. I got no. So don't get me wrong. I got some new current male wrestlers that I like, but they just don't do it for me as being my favorites. You know what I'm saying? All my favorite male wrestlers are legends because I love old school wrestling the best. But like I said, man, back to Zelina Vega. She gonna kill it as the women's world champion. You know, she done won that title. She's a fresh champion, and like I said, man, it's well deserved. I tagged her on X. Hopefully she respond back to my post. But if she don't, it's cool. I know she gets down there a million notifications on Twitter and Instagram combined. So, you know, I ain't worrying about it. As long as I support her, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, Zelina Vega is gonna kill it. Triple H don't need to fuck her title run up. Triple H don't need to fuck that up. He already fucked up a WrestleMania that could have been 10 times better than if he would have booked it the right way. He already fucked up that call. WrestleMania 41 was not good. You know, then on top of that, what made it even worse, The Rock didn't show up when he should have. Got involved in the storyline and he just didn't show up. And then you want to talk about how Triple H, you know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying, The Rock didn't show up at WrestleMania, but you know what I'm saying, he want to talk about how Triple H is not good at booking matches. You ain't no better than he is because you didn't show up to an event that you was involved in. You was the main person involved in. So you can't talk about Triple H. You can't be talking. Come on, I mean, why couldn't we have got? Why couldn't we have gotten Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green on the WrestleMania card? That match would have cooked. Hell, I would have booked that to be the first WrestleMania match on the card. I would have booked that to be the first WrestleMania match on the card for sure. That would have been the first WrestleMania match on the card. And I would have put that event at night one. I would have put that in WrestleMania night one. Zelina Vega would have succeeded at the grandest stage of them all, winning her first mid-card women's title at WrestleMania. Couldn't have booked it to be at a damn better place. But Triple H, not wanting to book people the right way, and I just hope he don't fuck up Zelina Vega's title run. Cause I see right through him. I see what type of person he is. He don't book things the right way. So I hope he don't screw Zelina Vega over. Hope Zelina Vega get booked properly. So, but she got it done tonight. WrestleMania 41 would have been a whole lot better. I promise it would have. It would have got WrestleMania more views. Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega would have been one of the main matches on the WrestleMania 41 card for sure. That would have been the first match to start off the show. I would have booked that to be the first match to start off the show. See, that's how you do a WrestleMania event. That's how you do pay-per-view events. You know what I'm saying? You fry that shit like, you know what I'm saying, chicken, and you let that shit cook. Zelina Vega, you know what I'm saying? Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega at WrestleMania 41 for the Women's United States Championship, it would have cooked. And that would have been the first match. But now Triple H didn't want to book it the right way. He didn't want to make the right call. Right? What's going on, Josh G Martinez? How you living? Welcome to the late night Russell Talk chat. Exactly, you're right. Absolutely right, Josh Martinez. Josh G Martinez. Yes, he's pushing his favorites, which is favoritism. Just refer it to favoritism. He pushes favorites because he's showing favoritism. How many damn times have we done seen Becky as women's world champion? But yet though, he fucks Bailey over and puts Becky in her spot so Becky can return at WrestleMania and win a women's world title. Give me a fucking break. Give me a break. I ain't got any limit cursing. But give me a break. He just did Bailey dirty. This is why WrestleMania was terrible. The card was terrible because Triple H, like you said, pushing his favorites. Like I said, he didn't want to book it the right way. He didn't want to book Liv Morgan to go on WrestleMania as the women's world champion. He didn't want to book Zelina Vega to go on WrestleMania 41 and win the title from Chelsea Green in a great match. He didn't want to book Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair, and that match would have got way more views than what it did with her and Charlotte. I promise you it would have. I promise. I promise. Because first and foremost, Bianca Belair is a mega baby face. I'm not a fan of Bianca whatnot, but Bianca Belair is a mega baby face with an undefeated streak at WrestleMania. And as good as Tiffany Stratton is, going into WrestleMania to face Bianca at WrestleMania 41 and be the person to break her streak and also retain her women's world title. Can you imagine how much pop that match would have gained after it was over with by Tiffany Stratton being the person to break Bianca Belair and also retain her women's world title at WrestleMania 41 and a great match against Bianca, a great back and forth match against Bianca, but at the end, Tiffany Stratton breaks Bianca's streak and she retained her women's world title at WrestleMania 41. Can you imagine how much pop that would have got? But it would have been some Bianca Belair, you know what I'm saying, stands, crying and shit, you know what I'm saying, start trying to, throw the race card at Triple H and all that kind of shit. Shut the fuck up. Because Bianca is one of the main black female wrestlers that's getting pushed to the moon. So I wouldn't even have wanted to hear that shit. And I'm not a fan of Bianca, so you know what I'm saying? Being that I'm a massive fan of Tiffany Stratton, she definitely would have been my pick to retain her title. People got to think about it and take that into consideration. If Tiffany would have lost her title at WrestleMania, that would have buried her. Bianca would have been fine with her streak getting broken. I don't care what anybody says. She's a mega baby face. That wouldn't even have killed her momentum. But if I would have booked WrestleMania 41, if I was the head of creative WWE and I would have booked WrestleMania 41, man, my WrestleMania 41 show would have been completely a 10 out of 10. No less than. I promise it would have been a 10 out of damn 10. Everybody would have been talking about my show. My show would have been trending up and down all over social media. X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you name it, man. It would have been trending everywhere. I had people saying, man, WrestleMania 41 cook. I got fed a full course meal, just like Kicking It with Ross did said about WrestleMania 40. Although Cody shouldn't have won, but it's cool. WrestleMania 40 was pretty good. But Triple H wants to push his favorites. He don't want to do what's. He talks about he want to do what's best for his business. That's bullshit, Triple H. I call bullshit on that, and you know it's bullshit. No, you don't do what's best for business. You push your favorites. If you did what's best for business, then Liv Morgan would have still been the women's world title, would have been the women's world champion going to WrestleMania 41. She would have never dropped that title to Rhea Ripley, which is that made no sense for her to lose that feud, because Rhea is the person that made a know what I'm saying, monster out of Liv Morgan. She's the person that turned on Liv Morgan at first and break up the Live for Brutality tag team 3 years ago. Broke her shoulder and put her in action for almost the whole year, and it also caused her and Raquel the women's tag team championships. So who is really the damn villain? But Triple H is going to book Rhea Ripley to win the fucking title back, when it should have been Liv Morgan retaining, and the feud should have ended at Bad Blood. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Triple H pushing his favorites. And I also pissed off about Liv Morgan losing that feud, you know what I'm saying, and the title. I turned from Raw on Netflix. I didn't watch no more of it. But I ain't gonna keep bringing that back up. I've done said that in several videos. Let me quit saying that. But Liv Morgan versus Alexa Bliss would have been on the card. Steven Strait versus Bianca would have been on the card, and Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega would have been on the card. So it would have been 2 title changes and 1 retains. Alexa Bliss would have been the person to the throne, Liv Morgan for the title in a great match, and Zelina Vega would be the person to the throne, Chelsea Green in a great match. Steven Stratton would retain hers against against Bianca in a great match, but break Bianca's streak. My show would have been a 10 out of 10. Instead of Jacob Fatu winning the title at WrestleMania 41, it would have been Jimmy Uso to win the United States Championship at WrestleMania 41. Then at SummerSlam, I booked Jacob Fatu to win the title from Jimmy Uso. I think that should have been Jimmy Uso's moment at WrestleMania. Just like it should have been Zelina Vega's moment at WrestleMania. Like I said, Triple H didn't want to book it the right way. And then on top of that, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley is not over. Rhea Ripley gets a 3rd chance, right? Rhea Ripley gets a 3rd chance. So why don't Bianca gets a 2nd chance? See what I mean? Rhea had 2 shots against Io Sky. The second match was Bianca being a special guest referee, and Rhea screwed it up for herself. Once again, wants to play the blame game, blame it on Bianca, but you clearly know it's your fault. So now Rhea Ripley gets a 3rd shot against Io Sky, huh? And mark my words, watch Io Sky watch Rhea Ripley win that title back. Watch her win it back. And people can say it didn't make sense for Io Sky to win the title all they want to. But this is what a majority of y'all idiots asked for, right? Asked for her to become champion, and then at the same time, y'all want to turn her and say she shouldn't have became champion. Or she wouldn't have lost the title, and then y'all want to blame Triple H and say he did her dirty. No, y'all did her dirty. Because y'all want to insist on her being in this match, not realizing y'all idiots set her up. Y'all idiots, you know what I'm saying, could have set her up to lose the title and take the pinfall from Bianca at WrestleMania. and that would have hurt Io real bad. So I hope Zelina Vega gets pushed properly as a women's world champion. Once again, y'all subscribe to my channel. For the ones who watching, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Help me grow. So I'm happy for Bianca for Zelina Vega getting it done. She's gonna kill it as a singles champion. She's very underrated. She's too underrated not to be able to kill it as a champion. So I don't know where we go with Chelsea Green. Well, I think I know we go with Chelsea Green from here. Piper Niven and Abba Fire is eventually going to turn on her because she know how annoying Chelsea Green is, and they don't take nothing to push Piper Niven over the edge. It does not take anything to, you know what I'm saying, push Piper Niven over the edge, nor Abba Fire. So she is eventually going to, know what I'm saying, she's eventually going to know, so she's eventually going to piss both of them off, and they're going to brutally attack her. And I hate to say it because Chelsea Green is one of my favorite female wrestlers. So she's going to get attacked. They're going to brutally attack and take her out. And then they're going to be done. And Chelsea Green is all by herself again. Probably then later on down the line, that leads her to turn into a baby face. Possibly. I don't know. But she did pretty well as the Women's United States champion. I'm gonna reach out to her, but I had to do this live video, man, to give a shout out to Zelina Vega. She definitely deserved this moment. Would have been better if it was a WrestleMania moment. But hey, I'm happy she won the title regardless. Somebody is underrated and dedicated to as Zelina Vega is to wrestling, and really puts in the hard work to be a champion. She deserves the title. But so hopefully, man, hopefully, hopefully, hopefully Triple H book her solid. He booked her as a solid IC champion, women's IC champion. Triple H doesn't need to fuck this up. Now Zelina Vega. Now you done put the title on her, man. Book her the right way. Book Zelina the right way. So we gonna see how Zelina Vega. She gonna kill it as a champion. I know it. I already know it. I already know it. I already know it. She's gonna make that Women's United States Championship very prestigious in every which way, and I can't wait because she is for sure. She is. So what's up, man? What and yeah, I saw Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill tonight. Tiffany Stratton is better than Jade Cargill. She's better. She's better. People can argue up and down that they want to. Tiffany Stratton is better than Jade Cargill. She's better. So no winner was declared with Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, but it was a great back and forth match. They both were killing it. But at the end, Naomi interfered in the match. So this feud is not over between Jade Cargill and Naomi. So the second match, Naomi might win. The second match, she just might win. We don't know. We just have to see. But Yeah, that was a great back and forth match between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill, but I like Tiffany Stratton better. Tiffany is better. But what's up, man? Y'all tell me about SmackDown. How do y'all like SmackDown tonight? Three people watching, so how y'all like SmackDown tonight? Yeah, how y'all like SmackDown? Thought it was a good show. I thought it was a good show. Oh, and Nia Jax can't return tonight to attack Tiffany Stratton. So Nia Jax is back. She's back for more. She's back for revenge. But this time she's not going to succeed. Triple H does not mean to make no dumb call and put the title back on Nia Jax. That's just going to be so fucking stupid. That's going to be so stupid. Do not put the title back on Nia. Let Tiffany Stratton move on. Push Tiffany Stratton to her highest extent. Push her to her highest extent as a women's world champion. She need to get pushed to her highest extent. Tiffany Stratton, she's already pushed to the moon. When she won and retained her title against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41, that solidified her resume. That solidified her resume. But it would have solidified it even more. She would have faced Bianca at WrestleMania 41. Either way, her resume got solidified when she beat Charlotte and retained. And nobody ever beat Charlotte for a title and retained. If they did, the second match they had, they lost it. Yep. But so Zelina Vega got it done. She got it done. So I'm beyond excited, man. Can't wait to see her defend that title. She is going to be a lot of fun matches with her. It's going to be some fun matches. Like Zelina Vega. Exactly. But of course, like I said, they had a they had a they had to book Ric Flair Jr. to come back and win the Royal Rumble. When Alexa Bliss should have been the one to actually win the Women's Royal Rumble because she arguably got the biggest pop. She should have won it. But nah, he had to book Charlotte Flair when Charlotte Flair's on the scene, the Royal Rumble or a title, she's gonna get involved. Just like WrestleMania, just like the Royal Rumble in 2019. Becky Lynch literally eliminated this woman on one damn good leg. So Charlotte Flair should have been out. She shouldn't have been in on WrestleMania, but know what did Vince McMahon do? Still added her to the match. I mean, Becky Lynch literally eliminated Charlotte Flair on one good leg, and she still get added to the match at WrestleMania 41. Can you imagine how unfair that shit was to a lot of female wrestlers? I know a lot of female wrestlers in the back just shaking their damn head like they really getting sick of this damn woman. They getting sick of her. And it ain't really her fault that she's getting booked like that, but at the same time, Charlotte Flair ain't gonna say nothing. She's not gonna care because she loved that spotlight, which explains why Becky Lynch said she was jealous of her. When Becky Lynch you know what I'm saying, became on the rising. She didn't like that. She didn't like it. So man, so I'm here to, like I said, I hope Zelina Vega don't go through that shit. You don't need to fuck this up. Zelina Vega is too gifted of a wrestler to get wasted. She's too gifted of a wrestler to get wasted. So if Triple H is smart, man, make the right call. Don't do Zelina dirty. Zelina Vega deserved this moment because she been busting her ass day in and day out in that ring to earn her spot as a women's world champion. And she finally got it tonight. She finally did it tonight. She finally did it. But see, that's the thing. All these top female stars like, you know what I'm saying, Rhea Ripley, Bianca, and Becky Lynch, even down to Rhea Ripley now, it be favoritism shit going on with them. Even Bianca, it be favoritism going on with her too. It be favoritism going on with all of them. And I, you know what I'm saying, it pissed me off. It pisses me off. But I'm here to call it out. Yeah, but the wrestlers that I like, they get screwed over. Like Alexa Bliss. She should have been competing at WrestleMania this year. She should have been feeding, you know what I'm saying, competing at WrestleMania this year against Liv Morgan for the Women's World Title. No. So that's why, man, you know, ain't nothing I can do about it. I can talk about it all I want to, but ain't nothing I can do about it. I can tell the truth about how, you know, how they book, how, you know, they fuck wrestlers over. Even Becky Lynch said that she feels that WWE is holding her back. Could be. Could be. Because why the fuck is she off TV? No, Triple H, like I said, Triple H don't do what's best for business. He do his best. He you know what I'm saying, just you know what I'm saying, you know, get, you know what I'm saying, show his favoritism to the ones that he like, his favorites. That's what he does. That's why, you know, man, a long time ago, you know, I used to have faith in Triple H, saying Triple H booked great matches and stuff on NXT, and I want him to come to the main roster. So at one point, I will say, SummerSlam when Triple H returned and he brought back Bailey, Io Scott, and Dakota when they were Damage Control. I gotta say that SummerSlam was 10 times better than that SummerSlam was 10 times better than it was. You know what I'm saying? Than it was when Vince McMahon was booking it. It was 10 times better than what it was when Vince McMahon was booking it. But Triple H don't book that different from Vince. He showed his favoritism too, and I just knew he won't go. You know what I'm saying? Be the one giving Charlotte Flair. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I knew he won't be the one giving Charlotte Flair her way and shit like that. And come to find out, he's one of them too. But someone told me to open up. I said, look, man, if Triple H start booking Charlotte the same way, Yeah, don't say it. Don't say nothing, man. Don't say nothing. And here we are. Well, it's hard not to say nothing, but I'm gonna say something. But you know, because it's bullshit. Why can't the wrestlers that's not top female stars get the respect they deserved? The ones that work hard, like Zelina Vega, Lola Vice. Lola Vice is a star. She has star quality. All she needed is a great storyline behind her, and she'll go to the moon. Hell, Lola Vice versus Zelina Vega would be a pretty good match. I would definitely tune in for that. So, like I said, man, Zelina Vega gonna kill it. She gonna kill it as the women's world champion. She gonna kill it. And I can't wait to see her to defend that women's United States Championship. She's definitely gonna kill it. So for all them haters out there that's gonna talk shit, talk about she can't wrestle this and the third, y'all can go to hell. She's gonna kill it. Hell, tomorrow I'm gonna do a video to reach out to Zelina Vega. Just because. It's called being a fan. I get up from a tagger. Do a video and give a shout out to her. Why not? Why not? Why not? She deserves it. Nobody more so deserves that Women's United States Championship more than Zelina Vega. Because she puts in the work as an in-ring competitor. She puts in the work. That was a hard-earned victory tonight. So happy to see her win that title, man. I just paused. I said, man, yes, yes, yes. The right person won. So what are y'all thoughts on Zelina winning? How y'all feel about it? So yeah, man. So now we're gonna see how it all plays out with Zelina Vega defending that title. Cause I want to see her in some solid feuds as the Women's United States Champion. I want to see her in some solid feuds. Who's somebody who she could feud with? Well, of course, out of respect, give Chelsea Green the rubber match. Give Chelsea Green the rubber match. She deserves to give Chelsea Green the rubber match. And then once again, Zelina Vega retains and moves on. Then eventually Chelsea Green just snaps and start, disrespect. You know what I'm saying? She snap on both of her guards, and we all know Piper Niven. Piper, it doesn't take anything to piss Piper Niven off. It doesn't take nothing to piss Piper Niven off, and it doesn't take nothing to piss Abba Fire off. So what I see is happening. Zelina Vega loses it and finally snaps on both of them. Probably put her hands on them, and that's going to piss off Piper Niven and Abba Fire, and both of them brutally attack her, leave her laid out. As much as I hate to see Chelsea Green get her ass mauled, because Chelsea Green's one of my favorite female wrestlers. I'm not a fan of. I mean, Piper Niven is okay. Piper Niven is okay, and I don't care for Abba Fire like that. But Piper Niven is okay, but she's not one of my favorites. I don't care for Piper Niven like that. But Zelina Vega is one of my favorites, and I hate to say it, but she's probably gonna get her ass kicked, after she snaps on Piper Niven and what's the other one name? Abafire. Abafire. So yeah. So I want to see Zelina Vega in some solid feuds. We could put Zelina Vega in a feud against who could she feud with on SmackDown? Mm, she could feud with Naomi, but I don't think they're gonna let that happen just yet. No, they're not because Naomi's in a feud with Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill ain't letting up. Now she's definitely going after Naomi next Friday on SmackDown. Definitely going after Naomi. So, and Zelina Vega could defend it against Jade Cargill. She can defend it against Jade Cargill. Piper Niven, even Abafire. She could defend it against them. I'm trying to think about a solid feud she could be in and defend that title. Naomi would be a perfect choice, but Naomi's in a feud with Jay Cargill. And the thing is, I wouldn't want to see Zelina Vega drop that title to Naomi. No, hell no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So this woman's IC title is going to elevate Zelina Vega to her highest extent. Well, at least I hope it does. Like I said, hopefully Triple H do the right thing, man, and he booked her properly. So I hope he booked her properly. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Zelina Vega. Hopefully, hopefully I get to meet her one day. She loves anime stuff and all that kind of stuff too. I would love to meet her one day. I'm definitely do a video about it and reach out. Nobody deserves this moment more than her. Uh, so I just hope I hope Zelina Vega get booked properly. Yeah. But I'm sorry, man. Why? How the fuck you didn't see? I could tell Triple H didn't want to put Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green on the card because it ain't so much he didn't know what he was doing. He was showing favoritism. Not so much he didn't know what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. He wanted to book what he wanted to book. He didn't want to book it the right way. Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green at WrestleMania for the Women's World Title. That would have been she would have got a bigger pop. That would have been a well-deserving moment for her. Zelina Vega would have got a bigger pop. But nah, man. But I'm happy she won. I just hopefully, like I said, she gets booked properly. Because Zelina Vega, she's the queen of the ring winner. Now she wins her first singles title. I'm happy for her. Man, I can't wait to see her defend it. Zelina Vega is very exciting to watch in the ring. like Zelina Vega versus Roxanne Perez, that match will cook. That would be a fun match. That would be a fun match for sure. But yeah, man, like I said, Triple H does not need to drop the ball with Zelina Vega. Push her solid as a women's, you know what I'm saying, United States champion. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down. Thanks for y'all commenting and sharing your thoughts. And once again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everybody in my chat, subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on my notifications so you can catch more of my live videos and my short wrestling video clips or whatever I post on my community page. So that being said, good night, y'all. It's your boy Hitman D, and I'm signing out.